everyone. Welcome to Chatty Queens Brunch Club. Thank you for joining us. Today, we'll be talking about Black entrepreneurship, and we do have guests on that I'll let them just introduce themselves in just a few minutes. Um, Starting again with my positive attributes of the weekend. I did get a little afflicted and was a little sick. This morning I wasn't feeling too well. This little upper respiratory stuff is going around, so you guys be careful. There's a lot of negative things I can talk about that happened over the weekend that I'm not so happy about, watching the news and the different things that took place, but I'm just not going to go there because I'm trying to keep a positive vibe going this on today. So my blessings to you would be that to keep your head screwed on really straight this week. I know that these things can be come to afflict us and tear us down a little bit, but we have to keep our heads on. And like I always say about the community, we have to try to stick together and protect one another. When we see things happening, let's just try to put our heads in the game and do what we can do to help our community. You know, these things that are happening that come to afflict us and tear our weeks down, and right before Christmas, we have to know that we are a part of this, that the part of a positive change and things that we can do to change things. We should be doing those things. What I want to give to you today, and I always do this because I don't have a thought, but I have to because I think that that's the way I want my show to start. By giving you guys something positive for the week, I can say, well, about myself, something personal and positive that I'd like to give to you is that in dreaming and in things that I think as I sleep, sometimes I have these really deep intuitive dreams that are that impact my life greatly. And I had a dream last night and I saw some little girls just dressed so beautifully, and I always like to take something from it. And what I'm taking from it personally is new life, just newness of everything, something pure, something beautiful. I'm looking forward to a great week. I'm looking forward to blessings coming my way. And that's it. I just want to give you guys that something special, something positive about myself that is coming. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and let my guests introduce themselves.
Hello, my name is Whitney Walker. I am new here to Milwaukee. I am the owner of Beauty Bar by Whitney. We are a esthetician spa salon here in the western part of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Awesome. Did you want to introduce yourself?
My name is Dwayne.
That's about it.
Yes.
So with that being said, what we be talking about here today is Black entrepreneurship. And we brought Whitney on because there are different challenges and things that we just having a Black business. Sometimes we look at things and we're striving and we're trying to grow our business and get our names and things out there. And then we try to serve our community and help our community, even with good prices. You go somewhere else and you're spending all of this money, and then we charge you half that price. And then there's all kinds of deals that you're looking for just because we're in the same and we share the same community. And just other things that I like to add to this conversation. But I just want to start, Whitney, by asking you, what kind of challenges do you deal with in the community when it comes down to just dealing with your own?
Deal with my own.
Look at those teeth.
Oh my goodness. So I'm trying to think about how to answer this. So dealing with my own. I guess the honest way for me to answer this is I haven't even really started to deal with my own.
Oh.
I just got here.
Okay.
So I started business in Fargo, North Dakota. So my own should be African American. It's probably a small percentage.
Oh, wow.
So I have studied my own. I have been watching my own and paying attention to my own. Personally, I haven't necessarily, I can't give you a solid answer on that, right? Sorry, I can't give you a solid answer on that because I haven't really started working in the community yet. I've been here for just about a couple of months. And since I've been here, I work down on the north side on 45th Street. It's been good.
It's been
It's
good.
been good. It's
That's
different.
awesome.
It's very
That's awesome.
different.
What's so different about it?
Coming from where I live at currently, North Dakota, Milwaukee, the demographic is faster.
Yeah.
The demand for quality service is greater,
Hmm.
just because we're more fashion conscious here. Popularity, there's a lot of TV screen time. There's a lot more hype in the city versus where I come from. So far, what I've noticed is more work,
More
more
work,
people,
more business.
more business. Very, 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 very vast differences of life that come through our salon, versus where I live at. We're all kind of, I'm not going to say mediocre, but mediocre, level headed, conservative.
Yes, yes.
Here, the spectrum is up and down, up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
Um, I don't, it's fun so far.
So, what can people expect for you coming to visit Whitney?
At the beauty bar, I'm going to say the biggest thing that I want to bring to Milwaukee is customer service, camaraderie,
Hmm.
treating people like they are one,
Yes.
giving each and individual person their individualized time and taking your time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Start small, personable. A lot of talent in this city. Um, Lack of personability in the city.
Hmm.
So just giving everyone their fair amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that is important. And not to separate our community from any other community, but I know that I've heard a lot lately that we need to give back.
Yes.
And I've even heard, as I was presenting this idea of having a topic of Black entrepreneurship, I had a young man say to me, "We need to just buy from ourselves and patronize our own." But I hear you saying that you get business all over the place.
Yeah.
There's not just you're a specific community that's supporting you at this point.
Absolutely. I think that's one of, not I think, I'm sorry, that is one of our objectives with the beauty bar. And also it is our motto is we do home of all things beauty.
Hmm.
I
What does
grew
that
up,
mean?
so that means for me and my business and how I resonate that to my clients would be, I grew up African American in a predominantly Caucasian society.
Hmm.
So when I went to beauty school, it was more important for me at that time to work on and understand the concepts of skin tones lighter than mine, European skin. So when you call my salon to utilize a service from us, everyone that works there can either work on you, refer you to someone else that works on you. So we just service for all.
Right, more diversified.
Yeah,
And
everything.
that's very important.
It is.
That's
It is.
very important for the community because it shows and demonstrates that we're not only supporting our own community, but anybody can come and be welcomed for your
Absolutely.
services. What are the services that you offer?
Beauty Bar is a esthetician spa. So we do facials, chemical peels, full body waxing, eyelash extensions, permanent makeup, um, eyebrow tinting, massage. We have a plethora of beauty services. So what we don't offer is we don't do hair and we don't do nails and feet.
But that does come with being esthetician.
It does. It does.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. Not nails and hair. No.
Not nails and hair.
No,
Okay.
esthetician is just skin.
Okay.
Cosmetology would be the broad spectrum of all the things. But
Got it.
aesthetics is just skincare.
Got it. For
Yes.
those of you that are watching
Yes.
esthetician services, and I haven't had any of those services, can you kind of look at a person? I've always wanted to ask an esthetician, can you kind of look at a person and visualize some things that you can do with their face now that you've been doing that for so long? Like, oh, I wish I can get to those brows or get some makeup on that face, because I've never had a professionally made face.
Yes.
I've never had makeup, like a full face of makeup done.
Oh, wow.
Ever. And my daughter plays in makeup, so sometimes I'll have her do something with my face,
Okay.
but I've never had a professional makeup job. What can somebody like me come in and expect for makeup? What is a half face? What is a full face? What is all this stuff?
So that's a good question. I was just talking about this the other day to one of my colleagues in regards to half faces. So Beauty Bar really only offers one makeup service, and that is the entire face.
Oh,
So
that's good to know.
it is. So we don't. Therefore, it keeps pricing minimal. I try to keep things very,
Yeah.
very easy and simplistic,
Absolutely.
because then we break down intricacies of half faces and what
Mhm.
we're doing with the half face. So we offer just one makeup application, and then in that application, if you decide that you only want X amount of things to be done, then we can do that, but it will still be the same price.
Okay.
So to answer your question, in my opinion, I would probably do brows and lips on you.
Brows and lips.
Yeah,
And that is
I do brows and lips.
that's what
it would be very minimal
I
amount
just
of
said
foundation
this.
and things like that. Your skin's immaculate.
So what I would thank you.
Welcome.
So with lips plumped.
No, lined.
Oh, so
And
is there like an artificial line?
There is. So no. So when I say lips, I mean when we're talking makeup, I would just do powder, lip liner, and like a clear gloss. I would crispen your brows. They already are beautiful, but I would just conceal them so they just damn near look perfect or tattooed on.
I would much rather have a tattoo.
Yes, so we offer tattooing.
Nice.
We do. And then just sprinkle a little bit of mascara and a little glitter shadow, and then move forward.
Nice. Yeah. I have to definitely stop by and patronize.
Please. We'll be open probably the summertime of 2023.
Okay, 2023. So right now, are you a traveling esthetician? I'm just going to pause for 1 second.
Yes.
I am signing out, guys, from Instagram. Why don't you find the link in my bio for YouTube and watch the rest of the show, okay? I'm just going to go ahead and sign off. You don't have to sign off.
Okay.
I'm just doing that for a reason. I'm not sharing it. Last time I deleted the video by mistake.
Did you save it?
I messed it up, and he had to send it to me. Black Entrepreneurship. Okay. What was my question? I was just asking you something.
You asked me, what did you just ask me? I got a million thoughts.
Okay, so I'll just reiterate what I'm thinking right now, and I think it does connect with what I wanted to know. So coming here from
Fargo, North Dakota,
and you're not all the way set up here yet. Are you a traveling esthetician?
That's what you asked me. I am. And yes, I am. So
what does that mean?
So I am splitting my time monthly, where I'm coming here and then I'm going back to North Dakota at the same time.
Because you have an office there, right?
I do.
Okay.
Yep. So I have a few salons there and they're fully staffed. So with that being said, it freed up a lot of my time. So I just block off my schedule for half the month for Milwaukee, and I block off the other half of the month for North Dakota, and I go back and forth. The plan, the goal, the dream, the aim is to open my first brick and mortar spa here in Milwaukee.
Okay.
So I found a location, and we're working on it to getting it open. And in the meantime, I have a few salon and suites in Fargo, North Dakota.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. So
that's really nice.
Yeah. It's been fun.
So with you traveling here in Milwaukee, how can people get access to your services? What does traveling esthetician mean in Milwaukee?
So in Milwaukee, my services, I work under my aunt on a salon in Burleigh, Penny's full service salon. And I perform a limited amount of services there.
Okay.
Just because it is an open concept barbershop salon. So we can't offer intimate services like facials and body waxing. So right now in Milwaukee, for traveling esthetician for Beauty Bar, we do eyelash extensions and permanent eyebrows, powder ombre brows. So right now I'm just offering brow and lash services in Milwaukee. Until we actually open the physical store, then we can offer all the things, which would be spa, makeup, lashes, waxing, facials, things like that.
Now we have a young man here.
Yes.
And I would want to bring him in on the conversation just because how does esthetician fit in? I'm going to ask you a question. Yes. And before I ask you, when I ask you this question, before I ask you a question, I like to know, it's going to just bounce off of it. It's going to depend on what you say. So how does being an esthetician fit in with men? Do you have services for men?
I do.
You do?
I do. So esthetician, aesthetics really is a universal word. So we work on skin. So every
Okay.
person that has, every human being that has skin, we can work on. So men can get facials, men can get, we do high frequency for beards. There's a lot of bacteria in beards that sometimes they don't always thoroughly clean. We go inside of the beards and we pick out ingrown hairs. We offer high frequency chemical peels. We can do extractions on the nose for blackheads, behind the ears. I have a couple of men that are quite hairy, so we do chest wax, back wax.
Nice.
We can do manscaping in the pubic region. I have men that have calcium buildup on the heels of their feet. So we can use skin peels on the feet to take off layers, and then they can keep it maintained with pedicures. Sometimes pedicures don't always get those superficial layers of dead skin. They just get what's on top. Men come in and get massages. Men come in and get facials. I have some men that come in and get makeup. Yes.
So how do you feel about, as a man, making an appointment to go in for those type of services?
I mean,
Yeah.
Speaking to the mic, I wouldn't feel comfortable.
You
just
wouldn't.
because it's not like those. Let me take a step back. Those are some good services that men need.
Right.
But the typical man probably wouldn't feel comfortable making that appointment just because it's so feminized.
Right.
And it's not really looked at as like, no one ever broke it down. Like I'm just not being educated about like that.
Right.
Y'all do all that because, we be needing like somebody to take care of our beard, our skin. I wouldn't say the nails or the makeup part, but definitely the skin and the beard and the blackheads, stuff like that. But most men really don't know. Like we look at that like as a feminine thing. You know what I'm saying? So I think it probably just need to be more. Probably just need to be put out there so to educate.
More education.
Yeah, more publicized to educate men on like, y'all could come here, like y'all go get a haircut or whatever.
That was when you were speaking. That was the thoughts going in my head. Is I need to spread more awareness for men.
Yeah. And that's
definitely beneficial.
And not to just to jump in, I just wanted to say that, and that's one of the reasons why I brought you in on this, because I feel like this is a service that can service all.
It is.
And my thing is, when I look at this type of service for men, and that was the reason why I brought this question, is because when I look at the skincare and everything for a man, just caring for their skin and their body and different things that they don't even know that's out there. I know for a fact that people like Jay-Z have these services on a regular basis. Or Fabulous and these rappers and things like that are having these services on a regular basis. And they're not expensive. They're not just over the top where you can't take care of your hygiene and your skincare needs and your hair and your face, your facial hairs, and getting those extra little things out, cleaning out your pores. I think that that's important for men. What are you going to do or what can you say to men that are watching right now, just to draw them in and let them know that care for themselves is just as important for them as it is for us?
That's a great question. And this is what I would say to my audience that was watching and the people that are listening and the men that were unaware, is that first off, we have to put out more literature so that they know. I've been in service for about 10 years, so it breaks my heart for him to say that he didn't know.
That's what it's just very important.
It is. And what I've noticed is two parts to your question, kind of. For men, for me at my salon, they usually have a need. So they usually have been getting haircuts and getting beard trims and getting Barbe folliculitis is what it's called, or hair bumps or ingrown hairs, or now they have little boils. So usually when they get to me, for the most part, on a mass spectrum, because there's some men that just like to keep up with their beauty, just like women, is they need me for something. And then after they need me for something and I'm able to assist them, then we build a relationship and I'm able to not convince them, but educate them on what it is that they need to maintain.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so what I would say is this day and age, really skincare, facial care, hair, shaving, waxing, haircuts is self-love. It's a form of self-love.
Yeah.
It is in high demand. It is a great need. Taking care of your skin, staying hydrated, drinking water, going to sleep, washing your face, taking your makeup off, combing your beard, washing your beard, regularly washing your beard. Um, all those things are important. And there are people out here that specifically do those things if you're not able to do those things. When I leave here today, I'm going to go back to the drawing board um, and make sure that I stay on platforms and I stay speaking to people. I stay walking up now to men and men that I know and stressing the importance of self-care, skincare. Because
self-love.
after we get X amount of age, passing into our 40s and things, collagen breaks down, elasticity in skin gives out.
Mm-hmm.
So what we can do now will help prevent later, because usually that's when men come to is later.
Yes.
Once they've had all this facial scarring and all of this acne or this buildup or these ingrown hairs, and all we can do now is maintain. Versus maybe annually Father's Day, sons.
You can have your
promotions, a beauty day once a year, twice a year, something or another would be nice. Even with your husband, once a year, maybe on a holiday or birthday, treat him.
And I was going to bring that up. I think that he should have an appointment. He's going to be your first. I'm going to get a whole package deal.
Yeah.
So now that she said what she said, would you go and make an appointment? And would you tell your bros about it?
Or do you have a need? Or what I, if I can I interrupt?
Go ahead.
Sorry.
You got it.
Creating a need. So to create a need, I would probably, because barbershops are a plethora here, probably be nice to go in and speak to a couple barbershop owners, because I'm sure that they themselves are estheticians. They just don't know it. The different types of skins. That they don't even know it, but there's certain razors you can use, blades you can use, alcohol, brushes. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So then I'm sure that they see lots of skin formalities. They just maybe didn't know or aware that they send them to us.
I will.
If possible. So just spreading awareness for men.
I think that you'll do a great job here. I think that here in Milwaukee, there's a need for you.
Yes.
I think that you'll do a wonderful job, and I think you can reach the community in many ways just because of your diversity and clientele and how you like to reach people as a whole. Yes. And that's very important, because then you have the ability to bring people together at the same time.
Right.
You know, in educating people in self-care, self-love, and how to come together. And it doesn't matter. You might have some imbalances that you spoke about before, but then there's a teachable moment there, so that you're able to come across and say, look, this is what we offer. This is what we do. This is how we do here in this environment. It's just a whole teachable moment walking into one of your shops or one of your business places of business. One of the things that I was just thinking about was I see that you have a really nice balanced skin. Your skin is really pretty, you know, and I know it's not just the makeup, because this is not my first time having an encounter with you. What are you using for your skin?
So me personally, I use a line that we actually work with in our salon called Legends of Africa. It's not a commercialized brand. It's actually a brand that comes from Ghana, Africa. One of my good friends owns the company, and before getting into business, I used to be in the bar restaurant industry. And in that industry, we do a lot of hand washing. And then in my era of life, we use a lot of bleach when we wash. So my hands were constantly dry and stripped, and he let me use some shea butter. And I fell in love with the shea butter. I never used shea butter before. I grew up a Vaseline kid. So then it just kind of built. He still doesn't have an intricate line. I think he has probably 5 or 6 products. So it started with shea butter. Then it went to the black soap. Sometimes it get breakouts, and then it went to the foaming soap because sometimes the black soap's too abrasive. Then it went to the facial serum. So I usually face wash, black soap, shea butter.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
And
Hydration.
that's really good for people to hear.
Yes.
You know, this is so good.
Yes.
You know, and we are talking today about Black entrepreneurship. And I just wanted to bring out the importance of seeing the people behind the scene. This young man here, Joanne, he doesn't really want to get into his business too much, but I'm sure he can offer some insight on how it is dealing with the community. And you have a very diversified clientele as well. I know that personally. And I don't get to meet all the clients or anything, but how is it, you know, what do you see a difference the other side of Milwaukee that you can offer to Whitney when she's coming here? What can you give her as maybe some tips or some things to think about with dealing with the community now that she's here?
Yeah, I think the most misconception with entrepreneurship is like, well, a lot of entrepreneurs don't take the time to actually educate their clients on the services they offer. So every time I'm dealing with a client, I'm not only am I talking about the service, but I'm educating why this or why you got to do that or why you got to do that, so they can like better connect with you and be like, you know, it's showing that you care. Essentially, you know, you want your clients to feel like I'm not just trying to get your service, get your money, but I actually care. You could go somewhere else, but you know, they gonna always remember like, okay, such and such taught me this, or you know what I'm saying? I feel better going to her because at least I'm being educated and really understanding like my skin, or I'm understanding why I'm getting, you know what I'm saying? So they gonna always connect with you on
Absolutely
on that sense. So that's what I would say. That's my advice I will offer you is like when you got a client, like go that extra mile to educate them on why this is happening or what they could do, or you know what I'm saying? Not that you just here for their money, because the money is inevitable. Yeah, that's gonna come regardless. Like as long as your services are good. But if you could just go an extra mile, offer them some educational tips, like or break something down to them, or you know what I'm saying? Like people be trying to, a lot of people try to hide game, you know, and not really tell people what's going on. But you know, like just be transparent. You know what I'm saying? And people gonna love you for that. People gonna really connect with you on a deeper level, like you know what I'm saying.
And I absolutely see that with Whitney, and I see that with your business. I can see that you guys are really transparent, and you really give back to the community as a whole, through beauty, through just business, and demonstrating that you can keep a stable business being a minority. You know, and sometimes we look at Black businesses and we say, this is not right, or you know, there was even some stores in Milwaukee where we were like, what? Well, they don't get exactly what it is to do to keep that business stable, but I see that they watched and it's better now. You know, and I don't want to go there with any names or anything, but I see the betterness, how they've improved themselves, and now I go to those stores and I will go and support because they took the time and they stood the test of time and got their business going, and it's just so much better now. You know, the prices might be a little bit more high, but that's what we deal with. We have to learn to give back, you know, and it's very important to know how to treat our people so that we can get that reciprocated. And I think that you'll do really good here, Whitney.
Thanks a lot.
I think you really will. I can see it all over you.
Thanks a lot.
You did good where you were. You're going to bring it here, and this is what we need.
Let's hope so. I hope so.
How can people find you?
Online. So I am everywhere. Social media is my thing. My company is called Beauty Bar by Whitney. So it's .com for our website. Google, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Twitter.
And it's all Beauty Bar by Whitney.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you have a business phone number? I mean, it's up to you whether or not you want to share that, but can you share that for people that are maybe watching Chatty Queens Brunch Club and don't know how to find you?
Absolutely. So once again, Beauty Bar by Whitney. because we are operating out of 2 different states, we have 2 different phone numbers, 2 different addresses. So for Milwaukee, we are 4520 West Burleigh at Penny's Full Service Salon. So it's 45th and Burleigh. The telephone number is 414-808-7788. We are also operating out of Fargo, North Dakota, and we are at 624 Main Avenue in downtown Fargo. The telephone number is 701-371-3575. Once again, to find us, we have a website where you can book either city, which would be beautybarbywhitney.com. If you are confused by all these things, you can simply go to Google and type in beautybarbywhitney.com. It will pull up a Milwaukee location. It will also pull up a Fargo, North Dakota location. I appreciate being here.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yes.
You were a
yes,
blessing
yes.
to Chatty Queens
Likewise.
Brunch Club today.
Likewise.
You were a blessing as well, sir. Mr. Gordon. I would like for you to speak a little bit more, but I know that you're not ready to really present some things that you're doing and that you have in place.
There's a lot of legalities I got to take care of before I can really,
I understand, but he has a lot to offer as well. I won't put your business out there just yet, but you guys know where to find me. Yeah, we are in the making of doing a whole lot of different things. I got a lot of things written down even for my own business.
Yes.
And I'm not afraid to say it because I speak things into existence.
Yes.
Not only was this show an idea years and years ago, but my backstory is more of me starting this thing as a group.
Okay.
And then I was just too afraid to step out there. And then my brother was murdered last year. And then after he was murdered, I kind of stopped doing the show. I said, I don't have the strength to do this thing. So I stepped out on faith again. Something came over me and I said, I'm going to do it again. And I started with a live show, which is what I would do anyway.
Right.
And there's another live show coming next month that I'll be doing. And, I just stepped out in faith and started with the show again. And I just will be everywhere. I prayerfully, Lord willing, I will be everywhere in 2023. And that's just what I'm putting out there. I'm putting it into the air and putting it in the atmosphere.
Yes.
And there is no need to hold back any longer. You live one life.
You do.
And you have to just keep putting one foot before the other and keep going.
Seize the day.
So you guys know where to find me, Chatty Queens Brunch Club. I don't know if you can Google me and find me. I don't know if I'm that popular yet. But I hopes and plan to be. And I am on YouTube. You can find me on YouTube. Just Google or YouTube, do a search, Chatty Queens Brunch Club. I am on Instagram. I promise, do my Facebook page. I'm not a big fan of Facebook, but I'm going to do a Facebook page as well.
I love Facebook.
Yep. And then you got Spotify and then iHeartRadio. So guys, keep looking for me. Search me down. I know some of you couldn't find me before, but I have the link in my bio. So just look it up on my Instagram page and you'll be able to find me. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.